Why does this channel exist? Well, for lots of reasons. And it's kind of layered. But I can sum it up quickly for you if you just want to get to the point, and that's history and getting outdoors. But there's a lot more to it than that. Now, this channel started back in 2020. You know, COVID hit, and I'm a teacher, professional teacher. I've taught at middle school, I've taught high schoolers, I taught in jail, I taught in charter schools and public schools and all that. And, you know, one thing that's in common with all my teaching is trying to be able to connect history with my students. And as a student myself, when at a very young age, I didn't always like history, but I had some really good experiences where my teachers and some other guests introduced me to artifacts. And we're not talking expensive museum level artifacts. We're just talking about some common things that you can use to connect with the past. And that's kind of what I've done. I've tried to emulate that in my own classroom. And it worked out so well that in 2020, when COVID hit, well, now how am I going to interact with my students? Now, I wanted to start a YouTube channel years before, just never got around to it because, you know, there's a lot of work that's into it. It's a lot involved. But 2020 was the catalyst that gave me the motivation and really the true reason to do it. Because now, my students and we were forced at home, and I still wanted to connect with my students. So how was I going to do that? Well, YouTube and video seems the best way to do it. So that's where it started. And it started out with my Civil War gear. I have a large Civil War collection. I've been a reenactor since I was 14 years old. And ironically, I started reenacting because of involvement in scouting. And I started involvement in scouting because my folks really liked camping and being in the outdoors. So the whole thing kind of came full circle. And I've loved outdoor recreation from a very, very young age. It's crazy looking back. And now I can't tell you how much I appreciate my family, my parents, for taking me outdoors. That was our vacations. You know, we didn't go out of state a whole lot. We were kind of low income, but you know, we'd go out to a state park every once in a while, once or twice a year, and we go camping as a family. And those are some of the greatest memories I have growing up. And when we weren't camping, we were hiking through the woods or doing something like that. And I had some friends who had some property and go out there. And then scouting happened. And, well, now we're here. Now we're here. So, anywho, the channel exists because I want to connect with people. I like teaching. I love talking about history. It's really important to me. And history is not the favorite subject of many people. And I may say most people don't really care for it at all. And I think that's unfortunate. And I think we get so bogged down with the names, dates, places, and events, we forget about the human side of history. You know, like we try to figure out, well, who did something and where did it go wrong and all that. And I think causation is certainly a major skill. But when we break down history a little bit further and we talk about the human side, the side where most of us live, you know, most of us aren't kings and queens and rich and or politically affiliated or anything like that, you know, at such a high level. You know, it's just the common person who's constantly living through history. And then we can really relate to it. And that's what it's about, is being relatable. So, there we are. Now, this channel right now is kind of on a focus of historical camping. Started out Civil War, then morphed into more Boy Scout gear as my living history impression changed for my children, so we could do events together. And now it's kind of all-inclusive historical camping, especially with a focus of early 20th century. And there's just so much to cover, and it's something that just constantly gives back to me. There's so much to unravel and learn and, of course, find and use. And sometimes I think humanity went a little wrong in some areas, because once you put on some historic gear and you go out and you use it how it's supposed to be used, like you look at the modern stuff like, man, y'all went wrong. Not everything, but a lot. So if you're with me on this journey, you know, I appreciate you. I really do. And make sure to subscribe, and follow along, because we got a lot more videos coming. I've got more video ideas than I think I have time to put out there, because I'm a full-time teacher. And right now during the school year, time is extremely precious, I guarantee you. But today's such a beautiful day. It's here in November, beautiful fall weather, and couldn't pass up just going to the woods, taking you along with me for a little bit, shooting some other videos, and talking to you. And I think this will be the new welcome video for my channel. So if you are new, just found us, thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Give a kiss out to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.